In a place like this, there's a depravity. There's no love, there's no nurturing.
Just doesn't feel like a home, doesn't feel like somewhere that you want to be.
40 years ago, if you'd been born with a learning disability, they were either kept in their homes behind closed doors or were institutionalized. There wasn't a clear understanding of mental health issues and learning disabilities. People were treated together. When you walk around a place like this, it's the magnitude of it, you know, just thinking about how many people were housed in just one place.
These institutions were places to contain them away from society, to keep them hidden, to almost allow them to rot.
Coming into a building like this as a father of a child who would have been placed there is quite sobering. If you would think that that's the fate that your child would have to undergo, it would have been a nightmarish experience.
My younger sister, who was born severely handicapped, she lived with us as a part of the family till she was 5 years old, and then she was put in one of these institutions. I remember leaving her in a room full of cots. It changed the family dynamics, but I don't think I had the maturity at the time to realize where she was going.
There were treatments given, it would have been to make people more easily manageable. People who were challenging were given ECT treatment just to try and kind of shock them out of it. It was used completely indiscriminately, and all it did was really aggravate a person who was in a very difficult place.
It really does bring to mind this very surgical treatment of disabled people, seeing them as kind of just that needed to be subdued completely.
The thought of somebody waking up in an environment like this, day after day, with no ability to dream, is horrific. A person with a learning disability needs to be nurtured and loved and allowed to show their full potential.
Kisharon, it was started by an incredible visionary. Chava Lehman left Kisharon with a legacy. It's that passion about people. It's about their potential, about what they can achieve, and it's about being ahead of the game, being at the forefront of what's out there in terms of the world of learning disability that we're still striving for. We're trying to live up to what the path she set us on.
The founding ethos at the heart of Kisharon is to put people in control, to actually enable them to live as normal life as anybody else does. We have homes for people. It's got their own flats, their own front door keys. They do all of their own cleaning, cooking, shopping. We pride ourselves in Kisharon on enabling people to actually live a life.
My daughter moved into supported living with Kisharon in October of last year. It was by far the hardest thing I ever had to do, actually seeing her leave our family home. But my word, she's just absolutely blossomed and thrived.
She's so happy. She is close enough that she can come home. She sees us often, but she's far enough to kind of maintain her independence.
So work's very important for everybody, for all of us, particularly for people with a learning disability. We really do strive to find as many work opportunities as we can.
It's too wonderful when you see them setting out for work and they're dressed differently, you know, maybe wearing a suit, and you ask them what they're doing and they'll be as proud as punch to tell you they're off to a job somewhere. If people can do things on their own and are actually valued for it and valued for the contribution they can make to the environment around them, they feel so much better about themselves.
Education and Kisharon go together. Kisharon have their own unique way of educating the people who we support, and everybody has the right to an education, no matter what their level of ability.
We've got real ambitions to keep developing our social enterprise. There's a new shop that we're looking at that helps us get people closer to employment.
The public mood is very much on austerity and the public budget is being cut all the time, and organisations like Kisharon have never been more important in our community.
One of the most exciting plans we have for Kisharon is the creation of a brand new state-of-the-art Kisharon school, which is going to be able to cater in a purpose-built building for more than double the amount of children that we are currently able to cater for.
We've achieved a huge amount over the last 40 years. Are we there yet? Nowhere near.
We're in an asylum today and we can't be complacent and think that because they were shut down that we can afford to forget about them. Because I believe although the buildings aren't there, I think there are far too many people in society who have the paradigm of thinking that actually led to places like this.
Allowing people of all abilities to maximize their potential in a nurturing, loving, Jewish environment is essential for the community in the future.
Another 40 years down the line, my sister and I will both be in our 60s. I would like for her to receive the same care and support that she's always received from Kisharon.
We're only just starting on our journey. 40 years from now, I would like to see a world where there are no constraints on people with learning disabilities. They have every opportunity, they have outstanding educational facilities available to them, and they are encouraged to do what they can and to be contributing to society in a very full way.